Meditation and Mindfulness for Dementia and Alzheimer's Caregivers, brought to you by Idaho Community Care Program and Learn, Lifelong Education and Aging Resource Network. Why this matters. Caring for someone with dementia or Alzheimer's is both deeply meaningful and profoundly challenging. The daily responsibilities can feel overwhelming, leaving little time for your own well-being. Meditation and mindfulness offer practical, accessible tools that can help reduce stress, improve emotional resilience, and support your overall sense of balance. These practices don't require special equipment or hours of time, just a willingness to pause and breathe. You deserve support too. Taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential to sustaining the care you provide. Dementia and Alzheimer's are progressive conditions that affect multiple aspects of a person's functioning. These illnesses gradually impact memory formation and recall, making it difficult for individuals to remember recent events, recognize familiar faces, or retain new information. Language abilities often decline, affecting both expression and comprehension. Mood and personality changes can emerge, sometimes dramatically altering how your loved one interacts with the world. Daily tasks that were once routine become increasingly difficult to manage independently. As a caregiver, you navigate constant uncertainty. Behaviors may change without warning, communication becomes more complex, and the emotional weight of watching someone you love struggle can feel unbearable at times. Understanding these realities helps validate the genuine difficulty of your role. What do caregivers often feel? Stress and exhaustion. Physical fatigue combined with mental overwhelm from constant demands and vigilance throughout the day and night. Worry and fear, persistent concerns about your loved one's safety, disease progression, and uncertainty about what lies ahead. Grief and loss, mourning the person they once were while they're still here, processing ongoing losses as abilities fade. Sleep disruption, difficulty falling or staying asleep due to hypervigilance, worry, or nighttime caregiving responsibilities. Feeling overwhelmed, sensations of being buried under endless tasks, decisions, and emotional demands with no clear path forward. These feelings are normal, valid, and shared by countless caregivers. You're not alone in experiencing them. Meditation is an intentional practice of focusing your attention to guide your mind toward a state of calm and clarity. This focus can take many forms, concentrating on breath, using sound or a mantra, visualization of peaceful scenes, or simply embracing silence. There's no single right way to meditate. The practice adapts to your preferences and needs. The key is to pause, focus, and allow your nervous system to settle. Even brief sessions can offer meaningful shifts in how you feel and respond to challenges. What is mindfulness? You observe the present moment. Mindfulness is about noticing what happens right now with genuine curiosity rather than judgment. It brings your attention away from dwelling on the past or future. Acknowledging internal experiences. This awareness extends to thoughts as they arise and pass, physical sensations like tension or warmth, and emotions, accepting them without trying to change or fix them. Integrating into daily life. Unlike meditation, which often requires dedicated time, mindfulness can be woven into everyday activities like walking, eating, or even washing dishes, bringing fuller attention to what you're already doing. Let's talk about how these practices help. They can lower stress and anxiety, Regular meditation activates the body's relaxation response, reducing cortisol levels and calming the nervous system's stress reactions. It can improve sleep quality. Mindfulness and meditation quiet racing thoughts, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep through the night. Boosting concentration. Training attention during meditation strengthens your ability to focus, even when facing distractions or challenging situations. It reduces emotional reactivity. These practices create space between feeling and reaction, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. And it can increase patience and compassion. Meditation cultivates kindness toward yourself and others, helping you approach difficult moments with greater understanding and grace. Why they work for caregivers. Dementia and Alzheimer's caregiving often feels like an endless stream of demands. There's always another task, another concern, another challenge requiring your attention. Days blur together without clear boundaries between caregiving responsibilities and your own life. Meditation and mindfulness create intentional pauses in the midst of this intensity. These aren't luxuries or indulgences. They're essential practices that help restore your capacity to care effectively. Even a few minutes of focused breathing can shift your physiology, moving you out of fight or flight mode and into a calmer, more centered state. These practices help restore balance when everything feels lopsided. They replenish energy that caregiving depletes. Perhaps most importantly, they offer perspective, reminding you that you're more than your caregiving role. You're a whole person who deserves moments of peace, and taking those moments ultimately benefits both you and the person you're caring for. Many people avoid meditation because they believe they're supposed to completely empty their minds of all thoughts. This misconception stops countless people from ever trying. The truth is, meditation isn't about having no thoughts. The human brain naturally generates thoughts. That's what brains do. Expecting your mind to go completely blank is like expecting your heart to stop beating. Instead, meditation is about noticing when thoughts arise and gently, without judgment, returning your attention to your chosen anchor, usually the breath. Think of it like training a puppy. The puppy wanders off, you kindly guide it back. The puppy wanders again, you guide it back again. There's no failure in this process. The practice itself is noticing you've drifted and returning. Each time you bring your attention back, you're strengthening your ability to focus and create space between stimulus and response. That's the work, and it's enough. Now let's talk about mindfulness in everyday moments. For instance, washing dishes. Notice the temperature of the water on your hands. Feel the texture of the dish and sponge. Observe bubbles forming and popping. This simple task becomes a meditation. Walking. Pay attention to each footstep. Heel touching down, weight rolling forward, toes pushing off. Feel the ground beneath you. Notice your pace and rhythm. Listening. Pause to truly hear sounds around you. Birds outside, the hum of appliances, distant traffic, your loved ones breathing. Listen without judgment or analysis. You don't need to add meditation to your schedule. Instead, bring mindful awareness to activities you already are doing throughout the day. These tiny mindful moments accumulate, creating calmer days and a greater sense of presence. Even 30 seconds of full attention can shift how you feel and help ground you in the present moment. Mindful caregiving. Caregiving often happens on autopilot. You're managing multiple tasks simultaneously, thinking about what comes next, worrying about what you might have forgotten. Your body is present, but your mind is scattered across past and future concerns. Mindful caregiving means choosing to be fully present with your loved one, even just for a few minutes at a time. When you sit together, truly sit together. When you hold hands, feel the connection. When they speak, listen without planning your response or thinking about your to-do list. This quality of presence benefits everyone. Your loved one feels genuinely seen and valued, which can reduce their anxiety and agitation. For you, these moments of connection remind you why this work matters. They can create unexpected pockets of peace and even joy amid the challenges. Mindful presence can also ease communication difficulties common in dementia. When you're fully present, you're more likely to notice nonverbal cues, respond with patience, and adapt your approach in the moment. You become less frustrated when communication doesn't go as planned because you're focused on connection rather than perfect understanding. Using meditation for emotional healing. Caregiving for someone with dementia or Alzheimer's involves profound grief. You're mourning losses while the person is still alive, their personality, memories, abilities, and the relationship you once shared. This ambiguous loss creates unique emotional pain that many people struggle to process. Regular meditation practice creates a safe container for these difficult emotions. During quiet sitting, feelings that you've pushed aside during your busy days may surface. Rather than avoiding or suppressing them, meditation teaches you to acknowledge them with kindness. You might feel sadness, anger, guilt, or fear arise during meditation. The practice invites you to notice these emotions without immediately trying to fix or change them. You might silently acknowledge, "This is grief," or "This is fear." This recognition itself can be healing. Over time, meditation helps soften the sharp edges of difficult emotions. It cultivates self-compassion, the ability to treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend facing similar struggles. This gentleness towards yourself supports emotional resilience, helping you navigate the ongoing challenges of caregiving with greater equanimity and less harsh self-judgment. So let's get started. Begin with 2 to 3 minutes a day. Start smaller than you think you need to. 2 minutes is genuinely enough to establish the habit and experience benefits. You can always extend the time later. Pick a time you're usually free, maybe right after your morning coffee, before bed, or during your loved one's nap time. Consistency is easier when you anchor the practice to an existing routine. Sit however you like. Use a chair, sofa, bed, or floor cushion. You don't need a special meditation cushion or perfect posture. Comfort matters more than form. And be patient with yourself. Some days will feel easier than others. You'll forget to practice. Your mind will wander constantly. This is all completely normal and part of the process. Remember, consistency matters more than length. 2 minutes every day creates more benefit than 20 minutes once a week. The practice builds on itself over time, strengthening your capacity for calm and focus. If you miss a day, simply begin again the next day without guilt or self-criticism. Each moment offers fresh opportunity to pause, breathe, and return to center. Here's a closing thought. Moments of stillness restore the energy that caregiving depletes. Meditation and mindfulness aren't luxuries. They're essential practices that help you sustain this demanding, meaningful work. These practices offer caregivers a way to care for themselves while caring for someone they love. They create space for your own well-being without taking time away from your responsibilities. They remind you that you matter too, that your peace, your health, and your emotional balance are worth protecting. You're doing sacred, difficult work. You deserve support, compassion, and tools that actually help. Meditation and mindfulness can be part of how you sustain yourself through this journey, one breath at a time. Now let's try some mini meditations together. You'll also find these meditations as short videos loaded on our YouTube channel here. This mini meditation is called the 1-minute pause. Find a comfortable seated position. Sit in a chair, on your sofa, or wherever you feel supported. Your posture doesn't need to be perfect, just comfortable enough to stay still for 1 minute. Inhale slowly through your nose. Take a natural breath in, feeling air enter through your nostrils, and fill your lungs. Don't force anything, just breathe normally. Exhale gently through your mouth. Release the breath softly, letting it flow out without effort or control. Notice the feeling of letting go. For 60 seconds, notice the breath moving. Pay attention to the sensation of breathing. Where do you feel it most? Your nose, chest, belly? Just observe. When thoughts arise, return to the breath. Your mind will wander, that's completely normal. Each time you notice, simply guide your attention back to breathing. No judgment needed. Mini meditation number 2, hand on heart. Place one hand over your heart. Gently rest the palm flat against your chest, right over your heart. Feel the contact between hand and body. Notice the warmth and pressure. Pay attention to the physical sensations. Is there warmth? Weight? Can you feel your heartbeat beneath your hand? Inhale slowly and deeply. Take a full, gentle breath in, filling your lungs completely. Feel your chest rise beneath your hand and whisper, "I am doing the best I can." Say these words quietly to yourself, either aloud or silently. Mean them. Believe them. You are. Repeat 3 to 5 times. Continue this cycle of breathing and affirming. Let the message sink in with each repetition. Mini meditation number 3, grounding breath. Inhale to a count of 4. Breathe in slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill your lungs steadily and completely without straining. Hold briefly at the top. Pause for just a moment with full lungs. Notice the stillness. This doesn't need to be long or uncomfortable. Exhale to a count of 6. Release the breath slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The longer exhale activates your body's calming response. Repeat for 5 rounds. Continue this pattern 5 complete times. That's about 2 minutes of breathing practice, enough to shift your state. Notice any shift in tension. After 5 rounds, pause and check in. Do your shoulders feel different? Your jaw? Your overall sense of calm?